Today, I'm going to take you on a journey. There was once a man who traveled far from home in search of an education. He wanted to make something of himself, and perhaps even change the world in the process. It was a crazy time in his life. However, while at school, he began to realize that the world was too large for him to change. There was no point to any of this, so why even bother? In order to cope with this, he decided to ignore these thoughts, thinking he might as well just have some fun while he was there.
Say hello to the world, think about your thoughts, shove them far to the back, party till you drop, never looking behind, only right in front, this is everything you ever really wanted. Oh, you can be the king of your very precious hill.
Slowly, the thoughts began to eat away at him, making him unnecessarily volatile and toxic. He began to lash out at those around him, especially those who were better off. People who seemed happy and well put together infuriated him, because he did not have that. He joined a movement with like-minded individuals in order to tear down the system that had allegedly wronged him so badly.
And this isn't me, oh no, 'cause I know I can't bring joy from this madness, but it felt so right. Now I have the cause I need, feeling in the empty me. Tear his life apart, he didn't deserve his wealth, all of us do instead. I'm a warrior of love.
He began to disassociate and saw people who disagreed with him as obstacles. They were not people, they were barriers. His toxic thoughts had now turned into toxic actions, and people walked among the streets in fear that they would be the next target of his gang. Social settings were now divided, with many hiding in the dark corners of the rooms. This all came about because of his refusal to accept responsibility for his own misery, and a perpetual need to allocate blame onto others. Realizing his role in the horror he had brought upon his community, he abandoned his gang and joined in the fight to restore truth. Truth is an eternally valid weapon against such degradation, but it must be sought after by individuals. It will not chase you personally.
I have endless questions. Do you think that you can handle any that I would give? You don't have to like me, but you do. Have to be true. And I'm lost in the silence. And you're lost in the violence. You gotta love me. Oh, you gotta help me.
He and his comrades took down the rebellious gang that had taken control of his town, and in a bout of rage, many on his new side argued for harsh penalties against those who had acted horribly. However, he knew that it was not their responsibility to be arbiters of justice to those who have misbehaved. Who was he, a flawed individual, to call for the punishment of others? Until he was perfect, which of course he never would be, he would refuse to engage in such behavior.
Now you are here to beg and plead, but is it really up to me? I've been no better than you. I have no right to sentence you. Humans are not capable to rule, though we desire to. We're here to let the best ideas win. One man alone can't choose.
With the newfound freedom came new responsibilities. Now that there was no fight to join in on, he found himself overwhelmed by the choices of life and found it difficult balancing hard work with relaxation. He settled on a happy medium for now.
Do I defy? Do I decide to live the life we all desire? And I cave under pressure. I need a louder, faster beat.
Nightmares of his past still plagued him, and all of the things that he had lost reminded him of his misguided efforts to right the world. But he found solace in responsibly building the world back into order. He could undoubtedly find respite in the fact that nobody was going to stop him from achieving his personal goals. Unlike from the start of his journey, he realized that other people's success or other people's hatred had zero discernible influence on him conducting a virtuous life that resulted in him being happy. Again, however, his past attempted to sabotage him. Even though he would not let external forces defeat him, his own past tried to. He swiftly conquered it by taking ownership of his own flaws.
Don't be a slave to the past. Don't listen to your sad self to help you get past. You're the one in control. Don't be a slave to the past.
This honesty to oneself and others is what propelled him out of the perpetual darkness that followed him throughout his earlier life. All is well, but it still feels like he needs something more.
Is everybody listening? Is everybody there? When you show what's deep inside, will you be scared?
A flicker of destruction peers over the horizon. Another group is forming to demolish all he had fought to restore. Is it even worth fighting against it? This is a never-ending cycle. He decides this is exactly why he is here on this earth. I hope you guys liked that. This was basically an explanation of my album, and if you enjoyed any of this or any of the clips you heard, then I will link them in the description. Subscribe for more and like the video if you liked it. Thank you.